For those of you that do not know me, my name is CryptoFace, and if you just want the meat of this video without watching the rest of it, the point of this video is to let you know that I believe that we are going to be heading downwards in price. And I'd like to explain some reasons why. It's been a little while, for those of you who remember, that we have seen the ancient, legendary Chinese dragon line, this line, which we broke, which we technically have broken before on different dragon lines. As time goes by, new ones form. Perhaps this will be the new dragon line. For the future. If you take a look at 2015, which many have been doing, and I do believe that is a valid thing to do, I do know that history does repeat itself. Certainly in cryptocurrency trading and price action, it does repeat itself on all time frames. And in 2015, if you look after the bear market, right, it came down, came up, and then it started to it cooled down, right? It slowly went down, painfully for many. It dragged those who are bullish and long through a painful, oh, I can come back, oh, I can come back, oh. There are those right now that are saying, well, it hasn't gone below the 21 moving average or the 20 moving average, and until then I'm bullish. I think it's still going to continue to go up. And, you know, there's a small chance that they're right. They're not going to be. But they're going to wait until it's too late. You know, when oftentimes when it dumps in 1 minute, and it dumps a lot. And you don't have the time, or you are not on a platform, or you're not quick enough. You have to be a little lucky to be there when it happens, and you have to be super fast if you can get in on it. But if you compare the charts, we've spent a pretty good time. We've had a good amount of time on this up run. It's been a good up run. We've done very well off of it. We've always made more off of shorts, at least faster. We've made more faster. Although this pump, when we hit that Bitcoin Cash 60% growth with leverage, that was amazing. When we longed Bitcoin at what, 4,600 or 4,700 and hit this, that was amazing. Everything in between. We had far more wins than we did losses. And so we've been good. Those who've been in our trade group have been kicking ass and learning and doing better. And some of you aren't, but you still, you know, take bits of knowledge from other people and me, and hopefully you're doing good. So what I believe, well, what my play is, where my mind is now, remember, there's three things: responsible, patient, and cool. This next trading opportunity, as of right now, I am looking at the word patient. It's going to be a patient macro short. Looking at the Bitcoin shorts, we are on the 4-hour. Typically when we see kind of a break, right, that means price has probably been going up. Not as many people are shorting. When the price is going down, more people are shorting. So it looks like we're going to take maybe another break for maybe about a day. Bitcoin might have a day where, you know, maybe it fights back a little bit. I would say maybe 5,300 max. Could even go a little bit higher before it's time. It is time to go down. Now, in my opinion, capitalizing on shorts is much more important than capitalizing on longs, given that if you are holding crypto assets and they go up, well, you go up with the tide. But if it goes down and you miss a short, then everything goes down and you miss the opportunity. And then you're salty. I also have to shout out a very popular person by the name of Alessio Rastani. You know, us YouTubers, us on YouTube, watch each other, and sometimes Alessio really does have nice little diamond nuggets. And I believe his video, his LTD vortex indicator, where no one really knows how it's calculating what the hell's going on, at the end of the day, what matters to me is the results, right? I don't necessarily mind how it works. If it works, the result is more important. You might not know how the motor works in your car. You might not know how you know, there wasn't really much of a better analogy than that, so we'll just stick with the motor in the car. I was going to go down this whole restaurant kitchen thing. You don't know how crazy the kitchen in the back is on. The food's good. It's all that matters. And there's no hairs and sweat in your food. So, his LTD indicator, you can watch the video yourself, has been kind of firing off. Just every single day, guys, there's like one, we're at that time where there's one more indicator, one more turns bearish, one more turns bearish, one more turns bearish, and eventually it's going to start giving way. And you know what? It could come in a big crack. This was a pretty big crack from 5,500 down to 5,000. That was a big move. It could happen in a bigger move, faster, or it could take some time. That's what happened after the last golden cross, the last golden cross in 2015. It went down painfully. Sometimes it going down slower can be harder because these people keep just losing back. They just lose over and over and over. They're flopping and groping like a flat tire. Now, where I am shorting, since this is a macro patient, I'm kind of waiting for tomorrow. I believe tomorrow is a rather important day, although it is Saturday, so it can be kind of funky. Things can happen on Saturday. I do believe weekends do matter recently. But I am short right now. I have entry-level shorts in, and I am ready and patient and responsible. If it goes up $100 or $200 tomorrow or the next day, we're going to ignore the random YouTube commenters that's saying the opposite happened. We are going to be patient. I am going to use safe, low leverage. I am most likely, and yes, this can all change on a dime. The drapes can be torn, the rug can be swept out right from under us, and we could change our decisions. Yes, we know the weather can change, but there's many signs. Macro, I'm trading macro right now. And we might just bounce off the dragon. We might bounce off the dragon, bounce off the dragon, bounce off the dragon, bounce off down, crack down. Either way, I'm just saying, it's, in my opinion, overall, I think it's time to start. And you know, yes, the trend is your friend until the end. We've all been preaching it, you know, but eventually there is an end, and there are signs that will come. And in order, again, what did we say? There was a couple trades, what, maybe a month ago, a few weeks ago. Time goes by fast in this stuff. Right now, it's the most difficult time, but it is the most rewarding, right? Waiting and waiting and waiting. Do you really want to wait until it goes all the way down to 4,500 and then you're going to short? Then you're going to go, shit, it's already too much. Has it been too much? It's going to go down more. So there comes a time where you have to make a decision. Now, if you're really sweating that decision, if you're sweating your trade, then you're trading too much. Remember, how much can you honestly, comfortably afford to trade? So now is when you really need to look in the mirror, readdress the situation, get a pen and paper if you have to, write it down, figure out your budget, budget yourself, your bills, your life, your whatever you got to do, what you can afford to lose from the golden cross, the golden cross. Well, the golden cross, we may have pierced the elder dragon, but this dragon is hard, and it's been through many a battle. In one wound probably isn't gonna take it down. So I believe, like before, this dragon is now going to arch its back. We'll have a new one. And so if history is our friend and the trend is our friend, well, the trend from 2015 was that, yeah, we came up, had a good time, and then there was a slower, painful ride down, which it absolutely makes sense. In fact, here, let me give us a little more of a clearer picture. Here's a pattern we've seen a million times on smaller time frames, right? Let's say this is like one thing, so it comes up, comes down, comes up again, then comes down lower. I mean, that's we've seen that a million times. A million times. Comes down, comes up, fills a little gap. Look, we hit this little resistance mark right here at 5,500. Good job, Bitcoin. Good job. And now it's time to chill out. We have the arch, right? A nice arch right here. There's a lot of green right here. It's probably time to start seeing some red, folks. What goes up must come down. The indicators, one by one, are starting to Red Rover send bears right over. Jimbo is resurrecting. For those of you who remember Jimbo. So right now, it might not be the easiest time. It's the hardest time to short, but it's going to be the most rewarding time. Just like always. So I have some shorts on the books already. I am not fully in, but if it just drops before anything, you know, there's a lot of news and stuff. This Tether stuff, listen, there's Tether FUD every 4 months, but Tether is like the new Bitcoin. People have been saying Tether's gonna die a lot, and it never does. It never has. Same with Bitcoin. Too many people use it. Tether's going to be fine. Everyone's complaining. Do you want Tether to disappear? You know what would happen if Tether just up and shut down and disappeared? It would cause more harm than what they did. Just like the American financial crisis in 2008. Tether just did a little bit of a bailout. But guess what? Did any of you have a problem with Tether in 2018? Did all of you you're all able to trade it? There was no problems. No one felt it. No one felt it. They print more Tether. They did the right thing. Print more shit. In my opinion, Tether did the right thing. It's not real dollars. It's crypto. It's made up money. And so no one has been hurt by Tether, the BitFinex using some funds. If there was, please let me know. But no one's been hurt. More people would be hurt. The smaller people would be hurt. The medium class people would be hurt. More. if just Tether disappeared and threw in the towel and shit shut down. BITUNIX went down. Everyone loses their money. No one can withdraw. So they did what they had to do to keep things going. Just like everything else. And I know everyone goes, oh, centralization, it's evil. The banks are evil and whatnot. Well, you talk shit about Jamie Dimon. Tether is the Chase Manhattan, JP Morgan Chase of crypto. And you can all say how evil they are, but at the end of the day, when you go home, you have your car, you get your credit card, you have your big screen TV, you have your nice little BMW 3 Series or something, all financed, all because banks and loans and credits. And if they didn't do what they did, the party's over, we're back to sticks and trees, and then you'd be going, oh shit. So BITUNIX and Tether, you know, did what they had to do. I don't know. Now I don't know all the details of the business backings and everything else. I don't know all the details. But at the end of the day, what I know is that stuff happened in 2018, and there wasn't a blip in anyone's wallets, in anyone's trades, in anything. No one said, I didn't get my Tether. So before you get all worked up, realize the reality of the situation. That crypto just might have, Tether just might have more things in common with centralized industries and foundations, banking foundations of our system than you might know. So, yeah. Time to macro short, safe leverage. That's what I'm doing. You can do whatever you want. And we'll see what kind of happens in between. Now's the time to let opportunity come to us. There's a lot of axes swinging right now, and we all, myself included, need to be careful. So windows of opportunity will come up. You guys remember? Guys, if there's a straight down channel, if we have a channel like this again, do you guys remember, for those of you that were here, this downward channel was one of our best trading channels ever. We made so much money shorting Bitcoin. We were using the Keltner channels, shorting the tops, cashing the bottoms. We weren't longing. And if we look, it's the same thing. Look, it's the same thing right here. Look at this. This was just discovered real time, people. Real time. We know Bitcoin loves repeating itself. Recently, in all time frames from what's recently going on, this looks pretty darn similar to me. Came up, there's some red, some sideways, maybe a little upwards action, a piece. But this drop's probably can be a little bit bigger than this drop. Let's see, this was 33.50. That was 4K, 700 drop. Now it's later in the trend. Things are more. Look at the volume. The volume is bigger. Look, we just had a bunch of green. It's time for some red. It's time for some red. It's going down. It's going down. It's going down. And I better not see any little nerds come into my comments if it goes up 50 bucks or 100 bucks saying it's rocketing up. If Bitcoin comes up and it goes further up, then you can say I'm wrong. And I'll come out and say I'm wrong. But nah, time to be patient. See ya. We're going down. I'm a bear again. And let's make a shit ton of crypto off this. Let's get those gains. Let's stack it up. Because one day, Bitcoin's going to be worth a lot of money. One day, we won't be able to mine Bitcoin anymore. There'll be no more. There'll be shit coins. But Bitcoin's going to be worth a lot of money one day. And yeah, that's why we're doing this, right? So let's do it. Peace.